Good morning, students. Today we shall be continuing with your classes for English with the next chapter, that is the rat trap. Now, first of all, I'll give you a brief introduction about the writer or the author of this chapter. The name is Selma Lagerlöf, and she was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. And a universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. Okay, so what is the main theme behind this? That every person has some goodness. Even if there is a person who is a criminal, a person who is a thief, a person who has resorted to some wrong ways, that person also has some inherent goodness inside him or her. And how it can be awakened? It can be awakened through understanding and love. If we show love towards that person, if we show concern towards that person, if we try to understand the feelings of that person, then that goodness which is lying hidden in that person can be brought about. And you will find that this story is set amidst the mines of Sweden. The main character in this story is a rat trap seller who is known by many names in this. He is also known as a rat trap seller, he is also known as a vagabond, he is also known as a peddler, depending on the circumstances which he is in. Okay, so now we'll continue with the chapter. Now I have already explained you the theme, that is the goodness that can be brought out. In this chapter it goes like a fairy tale. You will find many times that the rat trap seller, he has his own philosophies, he has his own concepts of life, and it is a big story, but the main theme is the same, that is how we can take out or how we can get the goodness of a person. So the concept that was given by Gandhiji, that is hate the sin and not the sinner, that also is quite applicable in this chapter. So in the beginning of the chapter only you will find that a brief description is given about that man who is a rat trap seller. Now as he is a rat trap seller, so we can say that his occupation is selling the rat traps. Rat trap, I hope you understand, that is the trap which is made to get the rats. Okay, and he is selling the rat traps made up of wire, and but he made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. That is, he is so poor that he doesn't even have the material to sell, make the rat traps. That material also he gets from here and there by begging or by some other ways. But even after that, his business is not very profitable. So apart from selling the rat traps, what all he has to do? He has to resort both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. That is, to get food to eat or to make his both ends meet, he has to do even the begging and thievery. Even after doing all this, he was completely in rags, and he was very weak, lean and thin. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond. Now here, vagabond also is used for the same person, that is the rat trap seller. Vagabond means one who moves about without any aims, aimlessly, without any proper purpose. Okay, and he is just moving around the road. He is busy. He is just involved in his own meditation. Meditation means in his own thinkings. And one day, what he thought, that as he was selling the rat traps, so his thoughts also generally involve those rat traps only. And one day he thought that the whole world is nothing but a big rat trap, and it had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. That is, the people here, they were only setting the baits for others. They were only trying to catch others in those traps. Then it offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. So same concept is given over here. What do we do in the rat trap? We put some cheese, we put a piece of bread in order to allure the rat. Only then the rat tries to get it and gets caught in the rat trap. Okay. In the same way, what he says, the people in the world, the rich people, they offer the riches, the joys, the shelter, food, clothing, etc. to the people who are poorer than them. And what are they? They are the baits. They are the baits which are used to catch those people. And once they are in the trap, then their world comes to an end. That is, they don't have any way to get out of it. Now, the world had, of course, never been very kind to him, so it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. That is what the writer wants to say, that why he had this concept of life. Why he had this concept of life? Because he never got proper treatment from anyone in the world. Everyone treated him in a very bad manner, as he was a poor person, he was all alone, no one liked him, no one tried to talk to him, or no one tried to find out about the reasons about his sufferings. Okay. So that's why he had also developed a negative outlook towards the life. It became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary plottings to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare, and of others who were still circling around the bait. So it was his cherished pastime, that is something he loved a lot. Pastime means a hobby. Okay, it was his hobby that mostly during his dreary means tiresome. During his tiresome plodding means movement. Most of the time he used to move here and there, and he was quite tired also, and he just thought of the people. That is, some of them, they are caught in the traps, and some are still to be caught. And they are just circling around the baits, and after some time they might be caught in the trap. And one dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Now, what is meant by trudging? To move by rubbing your feet on the ground, as it makes a sound. Okay. So as he was just moving around thinking about all this, he came across a small cottage. Now, as he didn't have any shelter, he didn't have his own house, so he thought that he may get the shelter in that cottage. And when he knocked at that door of that cottage, to utter surprise, what he found, that he was not refused. Instead, earlier what happened? Earlier he got the sour faces. The people used to make bad faces on looking at him, but this time it was just the opposite. The old man in the cottage greeted him inside, because he was also a person who was very lonely. He didn't have wife, he didn't have children, he didn't have anyone to talk to. So maybe in order to pass his time, or as he was a lonely person, he greeted the poor peddler into his house. And not only he greeted him into his house, not only he gave him shelter, he also gave him food. He gave him the porridge for the supper, then he also gave him the tobacco to smoke, and after that they even played the game of cards. That is the game which was known as Jollis. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. Generous with his confidences means the old man told everything about himself, his life, how he used to earn the money, what all he was doing. Everything was told by the old man. That is, he not only gave the food and shelter to the peddler, but also told everything about his life. He was told that the crofter was a prosperous man, and when he was prosperous, he was young, he used to work at the Ramsjo ironworks. And now, as he had become old, he was no longer able to do work. So, what he was doing, he had a cow. He had a cow which supported him, and by milking that cow, by selling the milk of the cow, or by selling the cream, he used to earn the money. So he told everything about himself. The stranger must have seemed incredulous. Incredulous means hard to believe. Maybe the peddler, the crofter thought that the peddler is not believing whatever he has said. So what happened? He got up and went near the window, and on the window a leather pouch was hung, in which there was some money. He brought that leather pouch and showed the peddler the money he had earned by selling the milk. Okay, now we move on to the next page, and then he put that money back on the same place from where he had